My name is AlfredBeuchler. I was born 1925. I'm 86 years old. I was born in Gleiwitz, a town in Germany. Swimming, I learned how to swim. Yeah, we had a swimming pool. My mother paid for lessons in that swimming pool. So I had one. When I came the second lesson, they said no Jews allowed. I was not allowed to have any more lessons in the public bath. So I had one lesson, and the second one, no Jews in the swimming pool. We weren't allowed to go to the cinema. We used to go. It was also forbidden. We weren't not allowed to go in some shops. There used to be a lot of Nazi party marching down in the street with a flag, and we were always told to stand in the doorway, because if you didn't raise your hand to Heil Hitler, to raise the flag, they would kick you. So we hide away. As soon as we saw them marching, the Nazis marching down the road, we would go in somewhere in a hideaway. Don't attempt to raise your hand. You had to raise your hand for the flag. And I remember that very well. Of course, I saw our synagogue burn on the Kristallnacht. The next morning, they set the light during the nighttime. In the morning, it was still smoldering, and the shops were looted. There were a lot of Jewish shops in the town. They were looted, the broken glass and everything. For me, it was an adventure. I said goodbye to my parents at the railway station, and it was an adventure. As a 14-year-old boy, first time I leave town, and it was, I was one of the lucky ones, because I went from the town where I was born, we had to go to Hamburg, and I came on a liner to England. On the American, the SS Washington was a liner, a luxury liner that goes from Hamburg to Le Havre, Southampton, New York. That was the trip, backwards and forward. There were two ships, and they were Jewish-owned. That shipping company was a Jewish-owned, and we had about 150 children on board. We had a kosher. It was for 3 days, a 3-day trip from Hamburg to Southampton. Most of the kinder who came here, they came from Hook of Holland. They went through Hook of Holland, Harwich, Liverpool Street, but I came Southampton, Waterloo, London. The custom officer never asked me for whether I had a police record or whether I owed any tax. They didn't want these papers. I had these papers with me, and they never asked me. I was surprised. They didn't even look at the passport. I didn't have a passport. I had a card. It wasn't. It was a card with a big J on it, Jew, right across. It wasn't because I was a child still. They didn't issue passports. A card, just my photo, and that's all. They never even looked at it. The custom officer in Southampton never looked at it. We just went through. And there was a boat train waiting at the station when you come off the boat. And on each seat, there was a packet of sandwiches and some sweets or something on each seat. So we came from Southampton to Waterloo. When I came here, I was a 14-year-old boy, and I had to start work. The school leaving age was 14, and I worked in a hotel as a kitchen boy, washing up. a living in, and we got 5 shillings a week, which is 25 pence a week, and that's my experience. I had to learn. I couldn't speak a word of English. I had to learn English, not by listening to the radio, listening to people talking, and I was tried to learn as quick as I could to integrate. I didn't want to be a refugee. I wanted to be out of English.